Hey YouTube, let's talk about the best guard build in NBA 2K19. And while the Playmaking shot creator is just that. Now, to start off, let's talk about everything the build can do. And easy answer right off the bat is everything. And in these clips, I'm going to be showing exactly what I'm saying. Now, the first thing you want with a guard build, a lead guard in Park, Pro, and anything, is to be able to dribble the ball so you can get the ball up court and then you can actually make plays. Playmaking shot creator can speed boost. Even being tall like 6'5", you still will get a 90 ball control if you have the right arm length and everything. So dribbling, check. The next thing is going to be passing. Now every build in the game can pass, but you're still going to have some passing badges just in case for more alley-oops and stuff. Playmaking shot creator, if you make it at the point guard, you get all the playmaking badges on gold. And then if you make it at shooting guard, you get them on silver. It doesn't really matter, it's preference. If you prefer using screens, and then point guard is the way to go because the pick and roll maestro, you can be shooting off the screens a lot better. If you like to ISO more and have teams do off-ball things, it's better to go shooting guard so you can get better shooting badges on silver rather. Now, even this build right here, you're going to see me throwing all kinds of oops, flashies. Silver badges are plenty. In this game, it's easy to shoot. I mean, glass cleaners hit limitless threes, off dribble and stuff, so I wouldn't get too tied up on that. Just basically having the badges on silver is plenty. Now, next thing is the shooting. Now, there's a myth that playmaking shot creators can't shoot. That's why a lot of people will go play sharp instead of playmaking shot creator. And while YouTubers will say that, I'm here to tell you that that is definitely a myth. You get shooting badges at a playmaking shot creator. The only badge you don't really get that a play sharp gets is silver limitless. You only get bronze, but it's not needed. I played with this build as my only build for like the first few months of the game, and I was shooting about 64% from 3. As long as you're taking open, it's not a problem at all. Now, you do pretty much get the same rating as a play sharp. Both are in like the low 80s, high 70s, depending on arm length. But a badge you get that they don't get is gold difficult shots. So you're going to be able to shoot moving threes better. You're going to be able to do step backs, and it kind of gives you another dimension. So if people are playing good defense, you can go to fading and then going right into it. That's where the shot creator's bread and butter is. Fading shots. No other build except the shot creator can hit them consistently. I mean, a sharp can actually, but they of course can't dribble like any kind of build that has like a high ball control. You'd have to zigzag. But it really makes a difference because when you add the fade to your game, say people are playing sides and stuff, if you're using good screens, as long as you get like a slither of room, you can pull up for a fade. Whereas like a play sharp, a pure playmaker, they can't really fade consistently. They'll have to get to a standing still shot and make it. And then you can fade really from mid-range is the hot, but you can even do it from 3. Especially when you're hot, they start going in at a really high lay from 3. Not only does the fades separate the playmaking shot creator from the other common pure playmaker, play sharp builds, but finishing inside is one of the key things. Now, if you have a build that is weaker inside like a pure playmaker, he's going to do layups. You're going to have to really finesse your way to get shots. But with a playmaking shot creator, you get a very high dunk rating. Even my dude, he gets like a 70 contact dunk. I get all sorts of dunk packages. I get all the park dunks. And as you'll see me in these clips, I'm going crazy with the park dunks. You can really get contacts over people. It's tough to block. And it's just really nice. It adds a whole new element. People can't just sit back because you're going to pop the 3 and then you'll be able to hit them 3-4 times in a row, and then they can't really play up because you got too much speed. You're going to be able to do some dribble moves, get around them, then go to the paint. And if you got a first step on them, you're not going to do a little layup where they're going to get in test and you're going to miss. Your dude's going to go directly for the dunk. And then when it comes to defense, now a lot of builds in the game basically, unless you're a lockdown, they don't really have the greatest defensive stats. But with this build, you do get a high vertical. You get decent strength. It's like a 70. You can really play some decent defense. And I had plenty of clips in here of me getting blocks, me getting stops. Just because you're athletic, it makes all the difference being able to get contests, being able to keep up with people. And then you get like everything's in like the 70s with the steal, block, and it's really, it's just enough to really not get killed. Whereas if you were like, play sharp's a little bit weaker, a little bit slower, not as athletic. The vertical with the playmaking shot creator, it comes in when it gets rebounds. My dude, I got unlimited boosts, but even before that, sometimes I'll just be down there and he'll soar, especially against like sharps trying to rebound or stretches. You can just see the athletic difference in when my dude jumps for it. This build is really just versatile. It's what separates it from a lot of the other builds. I would say this is the most versatile build in the game because you can play on ball, you can even play off ball perfectly. You got shooting badges, you're athletic so you can cut. You know, if you get the ball, you can beat your defender one-on-one, you can use screens. You know, it's just a little bit of everything you can do. You're athletic. At the end of the video, I got a thing showing the build, the weight, all that stuff, and then different badges. This build it's a skilled build because there's no one area where you can really get bailed out. Say you're like a sharp, you could just shoot, you know, you don't have to time perfectly. You can just hit, you know, you're locked down, you can just press up on people and press X. You're decent enough at every, you know, stat on this build to where you can be effective everywhere. But you can't just, you know, shoot bad shots, you can't shoot bad fades. You gotta know how to dribble, you know, you gotta know how to stay in front. But if you're skilled at the game, and then this build is perfect for you. You don't need a bailout. And then with takeover, so before you hit 94 with the shot creating primary, basically your fades go in at a really high rate, and you can break ankles on step backs. And then once you get the playmaking boost, of course, you know, it's over. There's no way to stop because you can break somebody's ankles with a momentum. You can do step back. It's just double ankle breakers. You're fast. You got the extra 10 plus speed with the ball. It's a real nightmare. And it's a bucket getter if the team needs one. The way I made my build, I made him 6'5", just because height really matters. You know, if you're too small, like 6'3", you can't really play defense as well. You got a lot of extra speed, but you won't be able to dunk as well. Like, yeah, being 6'5", my dude gets standing dunks. Just, you know, height rules in 2K. I made him a shooting guard just because I like playing ISO more, so the shooting badges were more helpful than pick and roll maestro gold. And then the arm length, I kept him 2 above the lowest just to get, you know, just to have a little bit of, you know, shot contest and stuff. But my three-pointer was still high. I didn't kill it by going max wingspan. And, I mean, that's pretty much... I added some weight. A lot of people with guards, they will lower the weight all the way. I kept it a couple pounds above medium because you can already speed boost. So what's a couple more, you know, extra speed? I made my contact dunk. It went to like a 70 something, where it would have been below 60 if I did that. Yeah, the best build in NBA 2K19, a playmaking shot creator. I'm checking out, and I'll see you guys later.